Your lesson essential question is, how does comparing and contrasting two texts on the same topic help us understand the main ideas? So today you're going to be comparing and contrasting the texts that we read last week. Last week we read Earth and its Neighbors. We identified the main topic and the main idea, and also key details from each section of the text. Earth and its Neighbors told us about different ways that we study outer space. You also read the text Seeing Red. Seeing Red told us about how astronomers are exploring Mars. Let's talk about how these texts are the same and different. We know that the topic of the two texts is the same. The topic was studying the solar system. Jumping up here, the main idea of Seeing Red was studying Mars, while Earth and its Neighbors was about studying the solar system. It talked about the sun, the moon, it talked about Saturn a little bit. Getting into some of the key details, and this is just some of them. In Seeing Red, we read about machines called rovers that study the soil and rocks on Mars. In Earth and its Neighbors, we read how Galileo invented a telescope. We also read about satellites that circle the solar system. And we read about the Hubble telescope that sends pictures to Earth. These may be different tools, but these texts were similar because it was telling us about the tools used for studying the solar system. Both texts talked about studying the surface of things in the solar system. We read that Mars is a cold desert, while the moon is rocky and the surface of the sun is fiery. If the sun is fiery, that means it's hot, so it's a lot different than a cold desert. So these are just some ways these texts were the same and different. You're going to be completing a writing assignment today where you're comparing and contrasting some of the key details from these texts.